And welcome back! Here we are once again in East 2. Since we just got this last time, the Canal key, thought I'd just skip the walk. You've seen Solomon Shrine enough. I think we all have by this point. And if you see, we look around, not really a whole lot to see here, but there's a lever. Let's lower that. As I'll turn the lever, there was a low metallic grating, followed by the sound of rushing water. And we leveled up. I really do love the fact that this game has quest experience. You don't see that very often in many JRPGs. I've said that already, but it still bears repeating. Completing quests and getting experience is really more of an American RPG thing. At least is my experience. But this game does it quite smoothly. As you can see, we can walk around a whole lot more in here now, and we can even get the battle armor. That's a familiar and happy reacquaintance. Golden armor, boasting superb defense. Weaker blows can't even scratch it. Ah, beautiful, beautiful armor. Always good to be reunited with part of the battle equipment, as it is, well, some of the best in the game. And lowering that water affects all of the water, meaning that now, all those spots we couldn't get to before, all those items we saw when we were in the canals that we couldn't quite reach, are now at our fingertips. I'm just going to double check really quick that there's not anything else down here we want to grab, because there is a boss rather soon, and we really don't want to be under-equipped. The game expects you to be rather diligent in looking around, which also means it's ready for you to have a couple extra levels here and there, such as, well, you've pretty much seen me with the whole time. Oh, and one thing I'd like to mention about East 2 Complete that's not true about its more recent PC port. That does work better with Vista and Windows 7, meaning that it works at all without having to do major tweaks, and that is that it has a lot more buttons that control the way things work. With East Complete, you have like E for equipment and I for item. With East 1 and Chronicles, you have to press Escape, then go to equipment, and then change things from there. A much more inefficient process when you have so many keys. When you consider that it was made from a PSP port, makes perfect sense, doesn't offend you at all. But when you consider that the game was originally, or at least before that, on the PC with infinite buttons, and they put it back and didn't put that back, well, there's a reason people aren't exactly thrilled about that port. Plus you don't have the mascot like we have the tailed Tarf over here, which these are just so cute. So, as you can see, there's not really a lot else to get here. It was mostly just to lower the water level for the entire shrine. So, at this point, just to make things a little bit tighter, I'm going to work on tightening up my videos a little bit, working on doing a little bit more post, a little bit less just showing you everything. Hopefully make this so there's less releases that are long, and more releases that have good content, because you don't watch to see me sitting around grinding, for example, and you never will see me grind on camera, unless there's something important that I want to say, that I want something footage while I'm doing so. So that I don't waste your time anymore, I will see you... Actually, I'm going to check one more thing while you're still with me. Yep, so you wouldn't think of that, but it's there. Because I thought I was going to have to go to the other entrance and continue on from there, but I'm glad I didn't, because that would have been, well, rather silly, considering that there's this. And there's other items we can get now. East 2 really is a game that's a lot easier the second time through, just like East 1. There's no guide, damn it, second time through a game. Even though this game doesn't really have a lot. And now we have the Falcon Idol. The Falcon Idol is awesome. It's... The Hawk Idol, well, you remember that. It automatically homes in on enemies. And the Falcon Idol, well, it does very similar. It's a Falcon Idol with piercing eyes, holds all enemies engaged without escape. It has multi-homing, so that all of your attacks, or at least all of your fire magic, explodes and hits multiple people, making it much stronger, which is obviously very useful against bosses. You won't be seeing it a lot other than that, obviously, as I want to conserve my mana for those boss encounters, as you really can't choose not to use your mana in those boss encounters. In most RPGs, I admit, I'm very stingy with my magic. since you don't really get a lot of refills of that for free. And we've got the battle sword obtained, it was so gold. In general, you want to be careful with your magic, but in this game, it's vital. Battle sword, a golden sword imbued with divine fire. It shimmers with destructive heat. We get a nice little attack increase there. We're already doing pretty nice, though, so I must be over-leveled. I think I got more lost in Solomon's Shrine my second time through than the first, which, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, a little bit embarrassing. But the game makes fun of how it's a maze. They just didn't change it because it kind of would have broken the game a little bit. And here's Keith again. It's me, Keith. Inside is the bell tower where the sacrificial ritual is beginning. On the 5th ring, the girl, Maria, will die. Zav is laying in wait in the entrance, but I'm not powerful enough to fight her. Please, Adel, help that girl. And I'm not sure that I'm powerful enough to fight her. I jest, I'll be able to do it, no problem. I just want to make sure that the battle shield isn't sitting around in this catacomb with me being a moron, because there's lots of ways to easily miss items in spots like this, since, well, we're not doing anything secret. It's sort of like Metroidvania in that now that we have this new section to explore, I don't want to pass up an item that's, going to be very, very useful against her. But I'm pretty sure we've got all the items that we can get here. That said, I still do want to be 100% sure, as Zava is a boss that I've had trouble with in the past. And I'd rather, well, avoid having one of those embarrassing troubles now. Since now people are actually watching. Before it was, rather private. I got to just tell people, oh yeah, by the way, Zava horribly demolished me. People laughed, but people didn't get to know the grave truth that I was not holding any details back. I was getting massacred. Well, everyone pretty much knew. Anyway, people trust me when I say I'm gonna get killed in the video game. It's funny, you say you have the highest score in the world, no one will believe you, but you say that every other time you fight this boss, you get killed miserably. People believe you on that one. The way the world works, huh? Of course, it makes perfect sense. But we're not here to make sense. If you were expecting an LP to make sense, well, okay. I can't say you wouldn't be on this channel, because I've been fairly sense-based so far, and I'd like to think that that's fairly obvious. There's just lots of jokes. The line, Dodongo dislikes smoke in my house, has been reinterpreted as whoever's talking dislikes sense. Just because we're known to be a little bit crazy around the edges. And nope, don't worry, I noticed my health is a little bit low. Not really in the mood for any embarrassing deaths. Still wish we could steal that sword. It is a pretty nice sword. Not to say that our current sword isn't, because it is a very nice sword. As I think you've already seen a little bit. Not very much, admittedly, but you'll have to just take my word on that. Keith is definitely right, though. Zava would obliterate him. He's very powerful, don't get me wrong, but he's just a demon, and, well, Zava was involved with some of the bad stuff that happened to East 700 years ago, so she's bad news all around. I think I already pretty much said that in my previous videos set. Whoa, you know what? I think that I'm actually going to use a healing item. Actually, at this point, since there's not really any other items that we need to find, you will meet me back outside of Zava's lair after I kill them, heal up a little, and get ready for that battle. So I'll meet you back outside with Keith. And here we are, back at Keith, and we're just gonna run outside, because we're just about at the bell tower. Oh, but can't forget. Also notice we only have one more item in almost all these slots. But we still can't miss getting all the last little bits of information we can. Always find the sound of a bell ringing makes me kind of hungry. No one seems to agree with me, though. I like not having to hear the bell, because they haven't heard a sacrifice in a little while. So I guess that guy's not so bad. It's only a shame that he's, well, kinda gonna die. You'll also notice that I hit a level in getting back to Keith, just because I was trying to make sure I didn't miss anything. I can think of one person I'd like to be sacrificed. Hey there, Runt. You're annoying. Can't you just push off somewhere? When I hear the tolling of the bells here, it makes me so sad. There's no moderation with how frequently they hunt for humans. The ability of humans to survive all depends on how many people are left to have children. People are creepy. I hear that Mistress Zava is planning an ambush to deal with Adel. In that building. Not a very good ambush. Dead in that Adel, Mistress Zava will grind him to dust. Lots of dots. You're Adel, aren't you? No real demon has red hair like that. Wait, what? You actually dyed that color? It's awfully misleading. You should be careful. So, as opposed to being taken for himself, Adel uses cosmetics. Interesting. The Balkia are always acting so high and mighty. Just who the hell do they think they are? That being these guys. Which, as you'll see, we haven't killed any of yet. Don't worry, we'll fix that very shortly. What with them telling me to push them around. We are Mr. Zava's bodyguards. We're the Balkia Regiment, elite and proud. Another offering will be sacrificed today. What are you doing? I can't see through you, you know. Well, I guess that makes sense for bodyguards to complain about. Hey, you're in the way, I can't guard when I can't see. But this little place is important. For this is the goddess's palace. Remember those goddesses we keep hearing about? Yeah, they're fairly important. And fairly familiar at that. Also, you'll note that the east symbol is up above there, so that's not entirely a bad thing. We are the goddesses of East. Please come forward. Just drop that magic. And are you ready? For the big reveal that the goddesses are none other than Rhea and Vina. It's good that you have come. We have great need of your strength. Now, in order to reach the core of the shrine where we are, you will need to find and use the golden pendant. Some of our people have been turned to stone, and one of them carries it. Also, enshrined in the bell tower is an item called the Dreaming Stone Idol. You can use it to restore those who are petrified to their normal selves. First, bring the idol to us, and we shall instruct you in its use. So we have even more of a reason to fight Zava, because on the other side of Zava is a tool we desperately need. But let's take a little look around here first. It's a gorgeous place, the shrine. We have the statues of the goddesses right here. Ah, so gorgeous. I mean, just the graphics, not even the fact that they're beautiful women. I just mean, wow, look at this place. It's breathtaking. And just look at that. Imagine having that view out your back doorstep whenever you want. It'd be amazing. It'd probably ruin you to anything else, but it'd be amazing. Well, that said, there's no reason for us not to go and take a crack at Zava. If I die, I'll grind a little bit off camera. I'll only make you suffer through... And I'd like to see about maybe not making you suffer through all of my deaths in real time. Just because I imagine that for some of you, that's not as fun to watch as it is silly for me. Because while I know it's not very frustrating because I know I'll kill that boss eventually, you're here to see action. And most of you are here to see success. At least the ones I like. The ones of you who are here to see me fail, well, if you're laughing at me and with me and it's good-natured, or even if it's not, if you're entertained, I'll be perfectly honest, I don't really particularly care. But I don't even think we're going to need that next level. So I'm just going to sit here and mention that we will be using the Falcon Idol in the next fight. It's a useful enough item against Zava, and I think I'm going to bring in a healing item. I don't do that very often, but this is a harder battle, and I'd rather just win it the first time. So we're going to bring in the Fire Magic and the Falcon Idol. As far as items go, we're going to bring that Cranberry Pie. Might as well thank Zalem properly. And you know what? Let's change our mascot. Just, you know, a little something else. Just to make things different. Let's see. Ooh, Delpass, these are cute. Tops, Nash, Theo, Meryl, Keith. Let's bring Keith with us. He's nice and fierce. If anyone can help us beat Zava, it's having Keith with us. We'll save here just so I don't have to load quite as far if I die. And See how far we can